70th minute, Atlanta, World Cup semi-final. England are 1-0 up on Argentina. Gordon scored in the 55th. Argentina are chasing. They're frustrated. They're doing that thing where they start fouling, arguing instead of playing. England have them exactly where they want them. And then Thomas Tuchel makes his first change of the game. Konsa on, Gordon off, 5 at the back. And I said this on this channel that night. I said, as soon as I seen that change, that's it. He's closing up shop and it's way too early. The 70th minute. You're inviting all that pressure onto yourself for no reason. 85th minute, Enzo Fernandez, 1-1. 90 seconds later, Lautaro, 2-1. England are out. And every pundit in England spent the next week saying the exact same thing about the 5-man back line. So today, we're opening up case number 3. And this one's a little complicated because this man is genuinely one of the best coaches alive. And he has never, not one time in his entire career, left a job on good terms. So, let's get right into it.
I think it's time we blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Mainz, 2009. Small club, a nobody club. And Thomas Tuchel walks in and becomes the best manager they ever had. Not one of, the best. He gets Mainz into Europe for the first time in the entire history of the football club. And that should be a fairy tale, right? Hometown hero, tiny club, European football. They should have a statue of this man. So how did it end? He fell out with the board over transfer money and walked out. And the club president said he felt betrayed. Then accused him of talking to other clubs behind his back while he was still under contract. Tuchel got suspended for the last year of his deal and he had to go sit at home on a sabbatical. Job 1, and it already ends in a divorce. Remember that, because we're gonna see this exact movie 4 more times. Dortmund, 2015, dream job. He's replacing Jurgen Klopp, which is basically impossible, and he does it well. Wins the German Cup in 2017, and for a long time, that was the last major trophy that club won. Sacked, 2 years. And when the Dortmund CEO wrote an open letter to the fans explaining why, he didn't say tactics. He didn't say results. He said it came down to reliability and loyalty. And later, this same guy said the thing that honestly explains this whole video. A difficult person, but a fantastic coach. That's it. That's the man in 6 words. PSG are next. And PSG under Tuchel finally became what PSG spent $1 billion trying to become. 2 league titles and their first ever Champions League final. Their first one ever in the history of the club. And then he was sacked in December. The sporting director's position was basically that. Tuchel disrespected the club. And there was an interview he gave in Germany where he joked that running PSG felt more like being a government minister than a football coach. And that interview got deleted. So let me get this straight. You take a club to the first Champions League final they've ever reached, and you're gone within months. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Now I gotta pause, because this next one is my club. The one and only Chelsea Football Club. The pride of London. The only club in London with 2 Champions League titles. The biggest club in London. London will always be blue. But let me get back on topic. January 2021. Chelsea are a mess. Lampard's gone. And Tuchel walks in halfway through the season. 4 months later, he wins the Champions League. 4 months. He inherits a broken squad in January, and he's lifting that trophy in May. Then he wins the Club World Cup. He returned Chelsea into the best defensive team in Europe overnight, and he did it with a squad that somebody else built. And that was one of the best nights for me as a Chelsea fan. We beat weak-ass Pep. Nobody gave us a chance. We took that shit. Big Tommy Tuchel did that for us. But then, 20 months later, he's sacked. A day after losing to Dinamo Zagreb. Then Bayern. Then he's gone from there too. 6 clubs, Champions League, Club World Cup, 2 league titles, a German Cup, 11 major honors in his career. And not one of those jobs ended with everybody shaking hands. So what actually is the pattern here? Because it's not that he can't win. He wins everywhere. Every single club he's ever taken over got better and won something. The pattern is that Thomas Tuchel does not trust anybody. He doesn't trust the board, that's Mainz, that's Dortmund. He doesn't trust the sporting director, that's PSG. He doesn't trust the ownership, that's Chelsea. And the second somebody above him wants something he doesn't want, the whole thing detonates. And then England hires him. January 2025. First international job of his life. And it starts rough. Senegal beat England 3-1 at home. His first defeat. Scraping past Andorra. People already asking questions. And here's the thing I actually respect about him. He didn't spin it. He said, if you know me, after a loss, I'm never gonna call it a good start. I will never allow that to myself. That's not a fraud talking. Roberto Martinez never said a sentence like that in his life. Rudy Garcia blamed Lady Luck, and this man refuses to let himself off the hook. So he takes England to a World Cup semifinal, which is a real achievement. That's further than most England managers ever get. And then, the 70th minute happens. Here's why that substitution matters to me so much now. After going through his whole career, Thomas Tuchel is famous for being brave. That's his whole identity as a coach. He changes formations mid-game. He does things nobody expects. He's a tinkerer. He's bold. And that's why people call him a genius. And in the biggest 90 minutes of his career, 1-0 up, semi-final of a World Cup, Argentina rattled. He went 5 at the back in the 70th minute. He didn't trust his players to go win it. He tried to protect the lead instead. Same instinct as the boardrooms. He'd rather control the situation than trust the people in it. And Harry Kane said it after. England are now 0-3 in the last 3 World Cup semifinals, and he basically said it's the same story every tournament. We've been knocking on the door for 8 years now, but again, are missing that final piece of the jigsaw. Except this time it wasn't Southgate. This time, it was the genius. The tactical mastermind they went and got specifically so this wouldn't happen again. And it happened again. Now let's just take a little step back and process this whole thing. This man is not a fraud. Not even close. 11 major honors, a Champions League. He walks into broken squads and wins trophies inside a season. If you're a club in trouble right now, in August 2026, there is nobody on earth you'd rather hire. And I already told you, he gave my club one of the best nights in a decade. And on the falling out thing, some of that isn't even his fault. Chelsea's ownership changed hands and recruited like they were playing Football Manager on holiday mode. Half of the people he clashed with were wrong. But at some point, it's not the boards. Mainz, Dortmund, PSG, Chelsea, Bayern. 5 clubs, 5 different countries, 5 different sets of executives, and every single one of them ends the same way. If it happens once, it's them. If it happens 5 times, brother, it's you. So here's where I land on Thomas Tuchel. Big Tommy. He's not a fraud. He's the opposite of a fraud. He's the most talented manager we've had in these files, and it isn't even close. He is guilty of something. He's guilty of being a manager you can only borrow. He's a fire extinguisher, not a foundation. You hire him, he wins you something inside 18 months, and then the building starts shaking and he's gone. And he leaves every place just a little worse. And when the moment came where he had to trust somebody other than himself, 70th minute, Atlanta, 1-0 up. He just couldn't do it. Thomas Tuchel, case number 3. Guilty to a lesser charge. Not a fraud, not even close. He's just guilty of not trusting anybody, including his own players, at the exact moment it would have made him immortal. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this. Is Tommy Tuchel an actual fraud? Or is he a man that just walks on water? Is Chelsea the best club in the world? I think so. Please, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Until then, let's just chill out.